going on, Giants fans?
New York Giants fan, Sean and Sean, talking New York Giants with passion and love.
So first off, I wanted to start a video on something special. My Yankees signed Garrett Cole. Just wanted to put that out there as my team. So shout out to the Yankees. But today, got a couple things to talk about. As you guys know, Janoris Jenkins was just waived by the Giants for a comment to a fan that he had on Twitter. And I'm not going to say what the word is. You guys probably know by now what he said. And I just thought this move by the Giants, I thought it was great because what he said, he shouldn't have said. He shouldn't have been on his phone during practice. We understand that. Should have said what he said. And I know he regrets it because of the way he spoke to the media. He just seemed like he wanted out of the Giants. So I just wanted to start off with that because Janoris Jenkins, he's been a kind of a streaky guy with this team. He's been really good for a couple weeks, and then he's really bad. His tackling has been too good, but it's all good. But anything you have to say about that?
Yeah, just I'm a fan of Janoris Jenkins. I'm sad that he's not going to be with us anymore because, like Sean was saying, he's up and down. But he's still a solid player. He's gonna hook on with another team. Players make mistakes. He said he was not in the locker room. Is that he did it? He responded to just the comments of a fan, which like they said, it was inappropriate. Pat Schumer, he said it was an organizational thing to let him go. I wish they didn't, but they did. I mean, we know at the end of the season he probably wasn't going to be on the Giants, which sucks because he was doing a good job, trying to nurture the guys. But they're going to save like $11.3 million for next year. Really, his salary next year was like $14 million. They'll only be on the books for $3 million next year. So I guess they said rather sooner rather than later move on from Janoris. So this basically it's Sam Beal, Ballantyne, and DeAndre Baker will be mostly at those corners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Giants are going to take it from here.
Yeah. So like he said, I'm glad we have those young guys out there because I feel like over the last 2 weeks they've been getting a lot better. DeAndre Baker, Julian Love. Yeah. So now I feel a lot more comfortable with the secondary. But we do, in the free agency, need to add a veteran in there to help with hopefully the new coach the Giants get, because I'm assuming the Giants won't be running back Shermer.
Yeah, new coaching too, Sean. Well, new coaching, hopefully it's going to be better coaching, will help these defensive backs. Maybe the cornerback, defensive back coach is not doing a good job or just not getting the best out of the players. So, we'll see as that goes on.
Yeah, like for the Giants, the defense, we obviously know is probably the biggest problem with this team so far. I mean,
absolutely.
We know the offensive line can get fixed, but we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a couple of things I've been looking at. There's a report out that Chase Young is maybe considering staying at Ohio State for another year.
That's what he says.
That's what he says. I don't believe it's happening. I'm pretty much on the 99% side that this is not going to happen. I'm pretty sure he's going to come out in the draft. But it's one guy the Giants should definitely look at that spot. I mean, if they have that number 2 spot, I think you go best available and either go with him or you go with the offensive tackle out of Georgia.
I think his name was, look at that, but maybe Andre Brown, or the young man who I'm really high on, the left tackle out of Georgia. I think it's like a plug and pull, like the player that the Giants almost went after at the guard that plays for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I think right now with what the Giants need, I know a lot of people are against the Chase Young theory, like having him with this defense. But I mean, if you look at a couple of the games, he was like double teamed, and in the last game he was triple teamed. Yeah, like he was. I mean, he gets double triple teamed a lot. But if you look at, I believe it was for 2 games straight, he had like 7 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, etc. So this guy's got talent. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Giants go to if they do end up with the second spot, because they do have the second spot right now. But if I'm pretty sure, let's say Cincinnati wins the next 2, the Giants lose the next 2, the Giants probably have that number 1 spot. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping this weekend the Giants do get this win against the Dolphins, because it's a very important win. I mean, you don't want to just end the season with just losses. That's, you know, it's like a streak right now with the Giants. 10 losses in a row.
And also, it's possibly Eli Manning's last home game as a New York Giant. So there'll be a lot of fans out there to come and watch the game. They'll be excited to see Eli, because Daniel Jones is still not ready. So Daniel Jones will be out for this game. He wants to play bad, and we know Eli wants to play bad, but this will be for the Eli fans. I mean, I'm a fan of Eli, but I'm at the point where Eli is done, I feel, and his skills have diminished, and it's time to move to Daniel Jones, and I'm excited about having Daniel Jones as our quarterback moving forward. I think he is the quarterback of the future, and it's his team now. So, we'll be rooting for Eli to do well. We want to see Daniel Jones back in there, because he needs to get acclimated with and keep the repetition and getting familiar with the players and running the offense. Even though he'll probably be running the new offense next year, but still, he needs to get there and finish off these last 2 games on a strong note.
Yeah, I agree. I think after this week, Daniel Jones will be back. I don't think the Giants are. I know they want to play him, and they know he wants to play as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this week. It's going to be an interesting week. I mean, we're not going to have Daniel Jones. We're playing against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, you know, they're hungry, but they haven't had a promising season this year. So we're going to see what happens. One guy I want to point out is Darius Slayton. He has 7 touchdown receptions. He leads all NFL rookies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out, because this guy, you could say, arguably is the best receiver for this team. Like,
I might disagree.
You could arguably say
I'm
he's
a
the
huge
best receiver for
Darius
this team.
Slayton fan.
I mean, I've always been the Golden Tate guy. I like Golden Tate, but
no, I still got Sterling.
But I should say, you could arguably say he's the best draft pick in this draft, because the guy has really been tearing it up. I mean, I for him it was low expectations, high reward.
Yeah, low risk, high reward.
And the guy has been playing absolutely sensational the whole season, and he didn't even play till week 5. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if Eli targets this guy again, because this guy, as you guys know, he's been exceptional. He's been tearing it up. The guy, his route running has gotten a lot better. Catching has gotten a lot better.
Still needs practice on that, because he was a body catcher, and in the league they want you to catch with your hands. I remember Dave Gettleman, talking high about him, and Pat Schumer saying that he's gotten better week in and week out compared to when they first drafted him, and he came in minicamp and he was dropping everything in sight. So Slayton it's been an unbelievable turnaround. And he had such a great rapport with Daniel Jones, and he has a pretty good rapport, as you can see last game with Eli. Now, he had a great first half, but they didn't throw him the ball in the second half. No target.
I was really frustrated about that, because if the guy had scored, or he had 2 touchdowns, 154 yards in the first half, why are you not incorporating him into the offense in the second half? You should have at least designed some plays up in the locker room, because you knew that the secondary is suspect. It was not going to hold on.
Yeah, they had
to
a
this
lot of
guy.
guys on the Eagles in their secondary. That's one of their weaknesses.
Yeah, and if you look, guys, on that one play, if Nate Solder blocks his man, Golden Tate's wide open down the middle of the field for a touchdown. But we missed it, We missed it on that flea flicker. And also, to more stats on Darius Slayton, he leads, like I said, leads all NFL rookies, 7 touchdown receptions. First rookie with 100-plus receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in multiple games since Odell, Mike Evans, and Allen Hurns. This season, he has 42 receptions, 659 yards. He's averaging 15.7 yards a catch and 7 touchdowns. So for Darius Slayton, he's having a hell of a year.
Yeah, he is, and we're just looking forward to him getting better and going into next year. And he will be a key building block on this team. This is a great pickup by Dave Gettleman. This is something that might save his job, Darius Slayton. Just like he picked Connolly, the linebacker out of Wisconsin. So those are like 2 picks. Even though Connolly's been, he's been out the rest of the season, but he was a really good pickup by Dave Gettleman, along with Darius Slayton. So those are really 2 good pieces that Gettleman was able to find and help build on as his team goes forward, especially going into next season. We just need to know who's going to be the coach, because I feel very confident that this will be the end for Pat Shurmur. We don't know if it's going to be the end for Dave Gettleman. It's like some fans want him out, half of them. The other half want to keep him. And it's going to be an organizational decision by Steve Tiss and John Mara. Once the season's over, they're going to sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk to see what's the direction they want to move forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in this Giants organization right now, like especially with the front office. There's stuff like everywhere, man. I mean, you're hearing rumors about Dave Gettleman and Shurmur being gone. You're hearing rumors that the Giants may go after
Matt Rule.
You got Ron Rivera,
Jason
Garrett. You got
Mike McCarthy.
There's so many rumors. So this coaching thing is getting like to the point where it almost could be any one of those top 5 guys. Like, I mean, they're all good coaches. You can argue any one of them can develop Daniel Jones or bring some guys.
Yeah, bring the right people. The main thing is when they pick their coach, they have to make sure their coach picks a really good coaching staff. Now, we know these days it's hard to get these coaching staffs together with what's going on. You got playoffs going, season's about to end and playoffs are going on. So the Giants are going to really have to get on this in a hurry. I guess they're going to let Shurmur finish out these last 3 games. And then they need to, on Black Monday, just, tell them, thank them for everything and move on here. Because they need to get on this coaching search immediately, because other teams might grab the person or the coach, as I always say, that they want. And they have to get this right. 2 times they went with guys who really, weren't really that successful.
One thing I do want to point out, McAdoo did have, I believe, a 10-6 season.
Yeah, he went 11-5. So that was a successful season.
And, it was a good season. And the thing is, I know they went out in the playoffs, so what, okay? I think the guy's offense was really good. Now, the one thing I can say is the Patrick Mahomes thing. I mean, if the Giants did have Patrick Mahomes at the time when that happened,
that was between Jerry Reese and him. Jerry Reese,
all our front office,
didn't want him, and McAdoo wanted to draft Patrick Mahomes. Who knows what it could have been? But McAdoo wasn't good with the media like Pat Shurmur is. They have to get somebody who knows the Giants' way of thinking things. And the Giants might have to change their way of thinking things because it might be a little stale and old-fashioned. They might have to get up to times like some of these other teams and get current with the way they run things, Maybe their stuff is too in the dark and prehistoric.
So another thing I want to point out, this is a report that came out from Ralph Vacchiano, and Bleacher Report also put it out. It's Odell Beckham is reportedly not afraid returning to the New York Giants or Jets if
Which
he's
is
traded.
not going to happen.
Which I think this is ridiculous. I mean, this guy.
They would never.
I mean, it's only been one season in Cleveland. He's already asking to be traded.
He'll be on another team.
You know, a guy's going to be traded probably to another team after that. He's going to probably be on like 3 different teams on this contract. I mean, the guy, don't get me wrong, this is an exceptional talent right here. But the thing is it's all about in here, the mindset he has. And and I know he has a great, he wants to win, but you can't, winning doesn't happen overnight. It takes some time to win a championship. You know, the Patriots didn't just win like overnight. Like, it took them some time to develop a great team with Tom Brady, you know, and a great coach.
Bill Belichick, so great coaching.
You know, so, we'll see. I mean, I don't know where he's going. I'm not really worried about it either, but pre-game, I'm going to make a bold prediction right here. Saquon Barkley goes for 110 rushing yards this game. I think this is the game where he has his breakout game against Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm going to add to that and say, I think he'll have an explosive game. Yeah. I don't know if Evan Ingram's going to be back yet.
No.
Yeah.
Not going to be back.
But you'll still have Shepard, Golden Tate, and then you have Slayton, and you have Saquon. So that should be enough, But the Miami Dolphins play hard. They play really hard for their coach.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, they have one thing the Miami Dolphins do have is a great secondary. You know, they got a couple guys in there. Aqib Talib, and I believe it's Howard. They got a couple guys in there. You know, I'm not gonna say the Miami Dolphins are just gonna play like average. They're gonna come out ready to play. I mean, they're not competing to have the number 1 pick. No one is. They want to win. You know, they're not going to come out fooling around. It's a home game, so the Giants must win this game. I'm going to say the Giants end up winning. I'm going to give them a big advantage here. I'm going to say they go 30, and they're going to win 30-17. They have to put up the points. Like, I mean, if you watch the last game, 17 points in the first half, 0. That's unacceptable. You know, you can't just be a one-half team. You have to play 2 halves in the game, 4 quarters. Even more if it goes to OT, you know. Yeah. It's not. This is not like you can't just we're gonna just try to manage the clock. You know, you gotta put up points. This league is getting to a point where points are getting like higher. The points are getting higher. I mean, the offenses are getting more explosive. You have to incorporate that in the game. You have to put up points because there's a lot of comebacks that happen in this league. You know, anything can happen in football.
Yeah, and Brian Flores is their head coach. He is a New York guy. So what better for him to come in his home state, his home area, the New York, New Jersey area, and win a big game. That would mean a lot to him and to his organization. So he'll have them fired and pumped up. So, but I expect the Giants to come out and play hard and give a really good effort and try to get this win.
So that's going to do it all for tonight, Giants fans. Please like and subscribe down below.
Please do. Yeah.
I'll leave my Facebook, my Twitter, Instagram, everything you can look at.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinions and like our page. And we got a lot of juicy information coming up and, opinions and more podcasts and videos. So just come and, like our page, like Sean said, subscribe, and go Giants. Look forward to this.
A lot of stuff coming. You guys stay tuned.